So this is the new bottom of the deck, and it's the devil. So it's this rubber band, but here it's a little bit not so very stretchy. It's a chain, but it might be a little bit more hard to break on the other hand. So you're addicted to a situation that's not really good for you because you're trying to repair something, a trauma, or you're trying to get back the lost soul part of yours, or you're trying to integrate another side to you. Usually if we have a big shadow ourselves, we will be attracted to a person that looks like our shadow or behave like our shadow on the outside. And what we then need to do is to kind of become a little bit more like that person, to balance ourselves up and let our shadow have a little bit more room to play in our lives. Because even if it's a bad thing to be selfish and think about yourself and be maybe unpolite towards people, or ghosting them, or whatever it is that this person is doing in your life, sometimes it's a protection. Sometimes it's also that you need a certain amount of love, and it needs to come from yourself, or you need to take care of yourself. So there always needs to be balance, okay? And so even if you think that, oh, I don't want to be rude, or I don't want to be like that, sometimes it's a good thing to be rude, because sometimes people need that kind of treatment to see their own rudeness, for example. Okay, so working on that. And here is the old bottom of the deck, and it's sun. So we have sun and shadow here. So it's very, I'm thinking there's one side to you that you really like, and one side to you that you don't like at all. And you're trying to just show one side of yourself to the world. But you also need to acknowledge the other side, at least for yourself. You don't have to, if it's very troublesome, your shadow, you don't have to let it go rampage. But you can at least see that, okay, in this situation, I would want to really scream to this person, but I'm not, because I'm rising above. So then you are having the light on your shadow. And what happens when we put light into shadows? They disappear, okay? They're being, darkness is being transcended into light. So awareness is the key here, I would say. To be aware and to see what is going on, and also to see that you, for example, are attracted to a person that's not really good for you, or that your friend always seems to be very selfish and petty, or whatever it is that's going on in your life here. Okay, so this is what's on your mind about the person most on your mind, and this is the situation with said person. This is what's on their mind about you, and this is your feelings towards them, the attachment. This is the bond between you. We have already seen that it's a chain, somewhat stretchy or very rigid. It's a little bit unclear. And this is their feelings and attachment towards you. This is your behaviors and attitudes, the outcome for this relationship in September. And this is their behaviors and attitudes. So we start with the situation here. And it seems to kind of be no situation. Four of Swords, it means we don't have the energy. It's much what we saw in the Eight of Cups. We have given everything to a situation, and we really tried our best, but it didn't pan out to anything. So now we just need to rest and regain our strength again. It might be a silent treatment in a situation, or a pause in communication where we just don't have the energy, or we ignore another person because we don't have the energy to deal with them. Okay? And this is what's on your mind about the person most on your mind. And it's a Scorpio, funny enough, and it's in the reversed. We were talking about this with shadows, and it seems like when you're thinking about this person, you're thinking about the person that is maybe very dramatic, and in the same time They're kind of hiding away from you, not telling you what's their true feelings or their true opinions. They just shy away from you, and there's no... you can't really help them with their problem because you don't know their problem. You don't know what's their issue with you, or what's their issue with the relationship, or what's their issue with themselves. So the King of Cups in the reversed, in the upright position, is a very kind and generous person that are very comfortable with their own emotions, sitting on a very clear foundation here in an ocean. So even if the tides go high, they can kind of just study it and see, okay, so this is what's going on, interesting. And it's a person that's not afraid to face their own emotions, or to talk about difficult things, or to sort out conflicts in relationships or other things. They are kind of a father figure, this kind of father that holds the family high and love high, things like this. But when it's in the reversed, it's a person acting a little bit like a child, like crossing their arms over the heart chakra, acting a little bit like a martyr, like, don't mind me, no, there's no problem, I don't have any problem, no, you didn't affect me like that, I didn't get sad with whatever happened here, I don't care. And it's obvious that they care, they just don't let you in. So it's like this little child that's hiding in their room and their parents aren't allowed in. So this is a little bit how you see this other person, that they are conflicted, might have psychological problems, depression, things like this, but they don't deal with it. Okay, you feel like they don't deal with it, that they have a lot of problems, and it might... add very nicely to the picture with this person lying on the sick bed or deathbed, we don't really know. The 4 is connected to death, 13 is the number for the death card, 1 + 3, 4, and Scorpio is also connected to death and Pluto. So it might be that you see them as a very sick person, that they are in need of healing, and that they also avoiding what would maybe give them that healing. So they're not opening up, they're not talking about their problems, they're not dealing with their problems, they're just trying to endure, and nothing is really, there's no development, okay? But remember, as I said, this is Scorpio, and this is how you see them, so it might be a little bit what's going on inside of you as well. You might have this part of you in prison in some way, stored away in your basement or in your attic. So it's a good idea to do Byron Katie's The Work. You can go to her webpage and look out the worksheets, and they are usually in so many languages, so you can find a language that suits you. And you do one sheet where you write down everything about this person and how troublesome they are, and how much havoc they are put into your life, and how self-destructive they are, and yada yada. Okay, and then you write a similar paper, but then you write it about how you are like this, and do it for fun, have a little humor here, and then write down how you are doing the same thing. Just write it down, just put your name instead of this person's name, and then when you read the text, you can often identify in what situation you are actually behaving in the same way, and then you can work on that situation, and that will help you to not reflect this shadow out into the world. And then you do a third where you are writing how you are treating yourself like this, and you can get even more answers on how your shadow is affecting your life. Okay, so this is what's on their mind about you, and they seem to think that you are a little bit secretive too, but it's more this aspect of the mother that don't care, the mother that sees what kind of problem I have, but she just don't care. Okay, so it might be that they are complaining a little bit about you not being loving enough towards them, when they are acting a little bit like a martyr, running away from you, hiding from you, not connecting with you. And they know that you know how they are feeling, and they are a little bit martyr again over the fact that you don't seem to do anything about it. So mommy isn't running after me trying to fix it. So this applies also if you are a man, if you identify with this side that has this kind of problematic person, that they see you as a parent that's not, not dealing with the situation in a grown-up way. They want to be the baby and they need you to be the grown-up here. But in the same time, this person admires you, and they think they are also projecting their own elusive nature on you, because the High Priestess is a little bit hard to grasp. She can be very secretive, mysterious, things like this. And this person is acting rather mysterious as well, but they are also seeing you as a mystery. So it's like you have the same personality but in different segments. So you might have this problem here when you are dealing with your parents, but when you are with this person, you're very grown up. And this person might be very grown up when they're dealing with their friends, but they are a baby when they are with you. So it seems like there's a little bit of a jigsaw puzzle here. But they admire you, and they feel you. They know that you are both in connection. This is Pisces, this is Scorpio, this is Libra. So there's a little bit imbalance between you two, but in the same time, you're very much alike. And maybe this is a twin flame situation. And since they know that you know everything, they kind of lean on you to fix things. And it feels a little bit like they are being... they are not taking responsibility. They're kind of shuffling it over to you, that you have already seen what kind of problem I have. You know already what I need, so just give it to me. And they refuse maybe to really tell you. So they just want you to read their mind, basically. And this is the bond between you. And instead of chains this time, it's this beautiful love bond. This is the marriage card. It's also twin flame situation, but it shows a bond between people, marriage, soulmate connection. And even if you are far apart, like with the Four of Swords, there's no communication or there's a distance, you still feel each other, and you still kind of lean towards each other as souls. So it's like the other person is always there in the background in some way. And it seems like you both have very good empathy for each other. It's just that there's no good communication. Okay. So this is your emotions and feelings and attachment towards this person. We have this Knight of Pentacles here. Knight of Pentacles is a very patient card. It's someone that has patience year in, year out, and just waiting for this other person to develop, or for things to be in a better way, so you finally can invest and move further. So it seems like you have a very lovingly patience here, but in the same time there's a black horse. So again, with the shadow, you might feel like you have a lot of patience with this other person and that you're waiting for them to grow, but you're missing out on your own growth, that you actually need to do this shadow work on yourself. It doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. It's nothing wrong with you. It's just that you could win a lot and gain a lot by doing this shadow work. It could help you move on further along, and maybe not have to attract these kind of situations. And sometimes we also attract the worst in people because we haven't dealt with our own issues. So if you would do this work with Byron Katie, and you will work a little bit with this. It doesn't have to be big effort that you put into this. You just need to know that, okay, so in these situations I behave like this, and it's a little bit childish. So from now on, I will try to be aware. And when I'm aware, I can also change. I can take a different decision. So instead of acting childish, I can call the person up and say that, hey, now dinner is ready. So if you want to come and eat with us today, that's fine. We would love to see you, instead of keeping on the cool attitude that might be going on you know, this person might be doing this towards you, you might be doing it to someone else. So if you just are able to see it, you can fix it. And again, humor is a very good tool here. Don't take it so seriously. Don't judge yourself. Sometimes you will remember that, I was supposed to try to be a little bit more lighthearted in these situations. And other times you will forget, and that's fine too. Balance, okay? You don't have to be perfect, or you don't have to always be agreeable or not be angry for a long period of time, which might going on here. It can be fine at some occasion. Half of the occasion it's fine, and half it's not. It's about balance, that you can use different tools. You don't have to have the same go-to move every time. So it's not about that the thing you are doing is wrong. It's just that there's more ways we can do things. You can use more tools. You don't have to go to the same tool always. Okay, so this is their feelings and attachment. And yes, as a martyr, they don't have much hope. So I'm seeing like a little child that's doing this in their eye. So someone that is trying to comfort themselves and in the same time feel very abandoned, and like the world has abandoned them. You have abandoned them, God has abandoned them, and no one really understands them. Everyone should really kind of read their mind, but if they're not, this person is getting a little bit childish and immature, and they are kind of asking of other people that they should know them. They should just be able to know what they need or what they want and give it to them, and that's love for them. But it's not love. It's maybe love between a child and a mother, but it's not love between grown-ups. Okay, mothers get very emotional during pregnancy, and also after. They get highly sensitive because they are supposed to read into the child's what they want, what they need when they can't speak. But I am presuming that this person is a grown-up and that they can speak, and then they need to learn to speak for themselves. They can't expect people to read their mind forever. They need to move on with their personal development. But a little bit martyr there. They're still star-crossed lovers. It's like they are nostalgic about you and the relationship, but there's no hope. There's no use. You don't love them enough. You can't read their mind enough. You don't know that when they say no, they mean yes. Things like this. Okay. I'm not envious. Okay, Scorpio. So this is your behaviors and attitudes. And we have the upright magician here. So you decide to take care of yourself here, and whatever you want in your life, you are going to get it, and you can communicate. If you want something, you can say it. So I think with this, it's like you have a caricature in your life, like someone is showing off a really like a personality trait that is childish and in big proportions. So it's very easy to see. And then it's easy for you to do the opposite. If you see that, okay, this person is crippled by their own immaturity and their own martyrdom, so I won't be like that. Okay, I take charge. I do whatever I want, and I can communicate with this person. Even if they don't want to communicate with me, I can reach out. I can communicate, and it's up on them if they want to act childish. And I can also and not communicate with them. I can start something new. I can do whatever I want. Basically, you feel in control here. So you're patient with them, but you also know that you are such a competent person. 1, 2, 4. You're such a competent person that you can get the thing you want into your life. It's just like you have patience with this person, that they should grow up. So you would, with your love here, want to be with them, but if they can't grow up, that's not your problem, basically. And this is their behaviors and attitudes. And we have a 3 of Wands here, so it's the first really grown-up attitude I'm seeing with this person. And this is preparedness to speak to you, communicate with you, compromise with you, maybe set some ground rules, and discuss ideas for how to move this along, how to make things better. So even if they feel very victimized and small and insignificant and they have no power and everything like that inside of them, it seems like on the outside they can at least show, or they can fake it until they make it. They can show a grown-up attitude. So that seems great. See what that is giving you as an outcome here. This is outcome for September. Oh, we have a Knight of Swords in the reverse. I don't know who to blame for this, but maybe it's you with your Knight here and the Magician. That you might be a little bit tired of this person's martyrdom, and their like they say this, but they want you to do this. So they say, I don't want you, and then they want you to chase them. And this might make you very irritated, even if you have this kind of unconditional patient love for them. Your attitude on the outside might be another, because maybe you have understood inside yourself that yes, it's nice to be patient and unconditionally loving, but I need to put higher demands on this person, and I need to be more clear of what they are doing wrong. Okay, because the Knight of Swords is riding against the energies, and it's a very confrontative person that is telling other people what they are doing wrong and how they can do things better, and if I did this I would do like this. And it's not particularly respectful towards other people and their competence or their value. But I'm thinking you're a little bit tired of the whole situation, and this is how it comes out. So if this person is finally ready to communicate with you in a more grown-up manner, it might be that they immediately will become a martyr again due to you coming on a little bit strong. So I don't know really how to advise you with that, what's right, what's wrong here. So I will take from this Oracle, Wisdom of the House of Knight, Oracle cards with Cast and Baron Reed, and see what you are advised to do in this situation. Okay. I guess it's this card here. Ooh, the Moon. So the Moon usually doesn't give a very straight answer, but we'll see. It's very mysterious. It's much like the High Priestess, and the cat is mysterious and everything is mysterious here. So it might be unclear still, that it might be a little bit of a test, that you are supposed to do mistakes and do the right thing, do a little bit more mistakes, do more of the right thing, and then see what works and learn from that. So this is a sign that you must trust your gut. Your instincts and intuition will lead the way through the darkness. When you choose the symbol of the moon as your guide, you know that it's necessary to look beyond the obvious to know the truth of things. Sometimes people will say one thing and you have a weird feeling that they mean something else altogether. I think this is kind of the theme of this reading, that this person is very hard to communicate with because they are not telling you the truth. And you know that they're not telling you the truth, but okay, you have this power. You are being asked to use it now. Choose another card for a deeper look at what's really going on behind the scenes. So what I feel in this situation, what I would do is actually to give the person the consequences for their behavior. If they say that they don't care about you, they don't want a relationship with you, or they don't want to go to lunch on Sunday, or whatever is going on, I would say, okay, fine, then we skip it and talk to you later, or whenever you want to, take this up to discussion again. Okay, and that's that. But it almost seems like you are supposed to confront this person with their weakness here a little bit. That you're supposed to say, okay, I hear you saying that you don't want to have dinner, but I know, or lunch, whatever I said, but I know since previous times that you have gotten really upset with me if I didn't invite you like 10 times to dinner. Can't we skip this darn game and you just say yes to the dinner, lunch, okay? So it might be that you are supposed to be a little bit more confrontative and trust that you are right and they are wrong. Okay, they are lying and you know the truth. Okay, so that's my best interpretation of that. So see how they will react to this then. Forbidden. Okay, it seems to be forbidden for them to voice what they really want. It's like they are reacting to the same thing as this moon, like hints, whispers. They're skittish, like an adrenaline cat. So even if you mean well, they can interpret it as something that's not good at all, and they might be have a hard time with trust overall, and they always think that you have a bad agenda. And that's not just with you, it's probably with all people. So I think they have a lot of rules for themselves, and they are trying to have they are having these rules to protect their inner core of innocence, but it's just confusing everything, and it's making them maybe come off as cold or uninterested or really difficult or overdramatic or manipulative or whatever. So as your goddess, I'm sending you this warning. You're about to enter into a situation that will not be easy and could cause you or others pain. Not all doorways are meant to be opened. Not all relationships are good for you. Not all love is expressed, and not all desires are realized. Might be that this person doesn't even know if they love you or not. It's just if they lose you, they will feel, oh, I really love that person. Right now, I'm saying no to you. The symbol for forbidden also reminds you that although you may feel pain when someone rejects you, this is one of my ways of protecting you. I may whisper in someone's ear to stay away. It is for the best, even if you don't believe it right now. This is a symbol to move on and choose another path. I'm getting so much different things from this. One is that you might come off as really bitter in this situation here, and that will make them flee as the adrenaline cat that they are. And this is meant to happen, okay? Because this is not the right time, or they need to mature more. You need to understand more about yourself, because before this can come into any consumption or commitment or the next step of this journey. But another thing I'm feeling as well is that this person is putting this forbidden sign for themselves. It's forbidden for them to tell their needs. It's forbidden for them to want you. It's forbidden for them to communicate. It's forbidden for them a lot of things because they are so scared of the consequences. So it's a very difficult situation, and the best you can do is to follow the advices in this card and to trust yourself fully. Whatever is meant to happen is going to happen, okay? So you can't take responsibility for this person being this whimsical and being this judgmental and not trusting and all these kind of things. It's their problem. It's something they need to deal with. And if you feel like the whole world is like this, like no one can really, get down to business and invest in situation because they are so skittish, it's probably something in your shadow that you need to work with, maybe to love yourself beyond skittish people, like away with them and deal with your own life. But it might also be a situation where you are very skittish and where you need to put in more effort. So look into this a little bit. Okay. So I'll also take oracle cards from the Wisdom of Avalon oracle cards. It's also with Colette Baron Reed. So what are Scorpio about to do with this? Okay, death. Interesting. And it's a beautiful beach here. It reminds me of the Six of Swords card, where we had a problem with moving on because we feel maybe also responsibility for this person, because we know that deep down inside they do love us, and it would be a mistake if they let us go, and etc., etc. But maybe they need to find that out. Yes, you know it, but they don't know it. Maybe they need to learn this, okay? So, death. maybe you're breaking up with them here. This marker portends a time of transformation, a total change of attitude, the death of the old. Regardless of how death presents itself, it is a necessary aspect of all things. Always remember the phoenix that rises up out of its own ashes to soar in the wind, renewed, filled with life. Death is the winter of things, part of the cycle of life. When you receive this marker, you are reminded that all things have their season. And take courage for in surrendering to death. In time you will be blessed with extraordinary new life. Rejoice, for that which dies fertilizes and fortifies the new. Ending always point to fresh beginnings. What I'm starting to feel is that you have been kind of tiptoeing around this person and trying to not scare them off or make them skittish. And to hell with that, okay? Because you might be the angel of death in this situation, and that you are going to say the right words and do the right things to make this person kind of have to face this problem that they have, instead of all people going around tiptoeing around them. It's like you are sending over the responsibility to this person, and it might end the situation, the relationship, even if there's love here, but it might be necessary due to this person and their spiritual growth, and also your spiritual growth, that you, because the forbidden door might be inside of you as well, that you feel like, I want to open that door, or I want to talk about this thing with that person because it's off limit. It's things they have clearly stated that they don't want to deal with this. And maybe it's not supposed to be off limit. Maybe it's supposed to be dealt with. And you are becoming a little bit codependent when you are taking so much consideration to this person. Okay. So what's going to happen here with this closed door and death and everything? Movement. We have a symbol of wave here. And it's 36, 46 and 36. This marker reminds you that all things change as a part of the cycle of life. This may portend a physical move, or it heralds a release from restriction and waiting. So it has been a certain tension in this relationship for a very long time, because there was things that wasn't you weren't supposed to talk about or touch or